Hi, this is Maggie. I had a birth chart correction on Mariah Carey. So I looked it up and it turned out the one I did, I think probably years ago, was just had an X rating. I mean, not like X rated, but it had a very bad rating. So the alternate time is up there and that's from her mother. So her mother would know. So instead of being born in 1969, um, I'm going to do a chart of Mariah Carey, born in 1970. So Mariah Carey was born, the Diva was born March 27th, 7:27 a.m., Huntington, New York, 12:27. Well, that's universal time. Yeah, so, um, I believe the other one did, she had a prominent Taurus too, but anyway, she's very much an Aries, very, very much an Aries, but she has Taurus ascendant. And she has Mars, her ruler, the ruler of Aries, sitting right on her ascendant. So that makes her extreme powerful vocalist because Taurus rules the Venus. Well, Taurus rules the throat, which is, the voice, and it's ruled by Venus. So it's beauty, and Mars is action, will, vitality, ambition, and being born in the first decadent of Aries, the very beginning, I think, what was it, March 27th, they seem to have a lot more ambition than the later decadents. Um, and she does, she does. So, so she has the sun 6 degrees Aries, the ascendant is Taurus, with Mars conjunct her ascendant. Her ascendant's 15 degrees Taurus, and Mars is 14 degrees. So she is one powerful singer and material assets as well. Just kind of like a money magnet, would be attracted to her through her singing ability. Um, so her moon is in Scorpio. Yeah. Yeah, so what was her name? Rita corrected me and said her moon's in Scorpio and you have the wrong birth time. And so, she is Scorpio. The Taurus shows through her voice, and how she makes money and her sensuality. She's extremely, has just likes to show her sexuality and her sensuality. So that's very much Scorpio. But Taurus is sensual as well, but in a different way as than more in a fixed earthy, sort of lustful way with the five senses than Scorpio is just flat out sexual. I mean, they're just, yeah. So she can be very provocative, and she's got Pluto. Anyway, that's her moon, and it's in her seventh house of personal relationships. So she uses that. I mean, that's her. That's how she presents. That's how she presents. So she's very much a ambitious performer. Saturn and Mars are sitting right on her ascendant. So that can cause, it can feel hard sometimes, to have it sitting on your ascendant, on your personality. So it could give her maybe some, and it's in conjunct Uranus in Libra in the sixth house of work. So, some conflicts, I think, in her personality were played out in her work, like unpredictable stuff in her personality. Yeah, which, she just kind of came out about, her emotional problems, that she has. Um, and I think she wrote a book about it. So because Uranus, planet of sudden unpredictable change, and it's in the arts, so yeah, it's in conjunct Saturn and Mars, sitting right on her ascendant. And her 12th house is loaded. So, you know, those can kind of be malefics on your ascendant. So, she has had some traumatic experiences in her life and, emotional breaks. And that would be the Mars, Saturn in conjunct Uranus, her sixth house of work. So, just having to take a time out to rest her nerves. Because Saturn and Mars can be very, very hard. Um, so her also Saturn could be her father in the first house or an older man with authority, like Tommy Matoya, her first husband. She felt that really, really as heavy, just like heavy on her shoulders, and she felt the controlling authority. But with Saturn Mars, um, that might be the kind of man she would attract, or maybe her father was like that. I have no idea about her father. Um, so because it's conjunct Mars, it would be aggressive. It would be aggressive, stern, authoritative, maybe absent, not there, emotionally. But it had a impact on her life because it's in her first house. So she's all fire and earth, which really, it really helps with her singing ability. I mean, with her whole career, she's an actress as well. I loved Glitter, absolutely loved it. Um, yeah, so her 12th house is loaded, and it's pretty much everything is in Aries and Taurus. We talked about her ascendant in Taurus, her vocal ability, and Saturn Mars took her to, perseverance. I mean, she was like a child star and she persevered. It made her a master of her craft. That's another way of looking at Saturn, the ruler of Capricorn. It took her to the top of her field. Um, so her 12th house is Pisces house. And Pisces is ruled by Neptune and Jupiter. And she has the sun, her Aries sun, Chiron, the wounded healer. Mercury, the planet of communication, is conjunct her sun, within like 3 degrees, 6 and 10 degrees, and Venus. Venus is exalted in Pisces. She has it in Aries, but it's in the 12th house. Just get some tea. I should start drinking her elixir. I don't know what she drinks for her voice, but yeah, it's a lot of honey and lemon, or I don't know, who knows what she puts in it. Yes, so her 12th house gave her extreme musical ability. Venus is attraction, so, with fashion, she's very direct. Lyrics, musical ability, and just brought her to the top of her game. Her North Node, what she strives for through this lifetime, is a musical career. She has that in her 10th house. So she was born with all these gifts to have the ambition and drive in the musical field, because it is in the 12th house. So, she would be drawn towards the arts. She was born with this vocal ability, North Node in Pisces. It's actually in the 11th house. So, yeah, she's just been with all kinds of groups and all over the media, and just a world class diva. And so her moon is trine because it's in the same element. Her moon in Scorpio is trine her sun and Mercury. So that helped her career as well. That helped. I saw her in concert once, and I think she came out in a bikini and a cape, but she's Mariah. She could wear whatever she wants, and that's her moon. That's her moon in Scorpio, And yeah, so her 12th house, There's probably a lot of secrets and a lot of emotional stuff that she's dealing with, and that's the opposition to to Libra. To Libra, having Uranus in Libra can be very, very hard on your nerves, because Uranus is nervous energy anyway. So to have that in personal relationship, Libra, or in the arts, she does change it up a lot. She changes up her art all the time. It's in her sixth house of work, so it would make her changeable, but at the same time, it's opposing all her stellium in Aries, so she would have to, you know, because Aries is high strung anyway, extremely high strung and sort of nervous and on the edge. So if it's plugged in by Uranus, yeah, she would have to. She used to swim with the dolphins, I think, and that would be perfect for her. That's a 12th house healing thing to do, because 12th house is ruled by Pisces and Neptune and, you know, the fish. So that would be a very meditative healing thing to do for her to ground herself, ground that nervous energy of Uranus. But at the same time, she worked with incredible different artists, and she's such a great writer as well. And so her imaginative lyrics come from her 12th house, her Sun conjunct Mercury and Venus, her absolutely exquisitely beautiful voice and writing ability. Um, yeah, it's just she's born with these gifts. Venus is it's a great gift. Um, so she's just natural born talent. So let's look at her moon. Her moon is in Scorpio, 7th house Scorpio. So yeah, she's very, very attractive, and those are in sextile to the 12th house because it's a water house. So she has the powers of attraction like a Scorpio, definitely, definitely. And she could attract relationships and, just she may have a lot of secrets, maybe secret affairs, or, just like acting out, you know, acting out sexually, but also it's joint finances too. So her joint finances, because they're ruled by Scorpio, so the 7th house is partnerships, but it's not just love partnerships, it's all personal relationships. And she also has Neptune there as well. But Neptune is 0 degrees Sagittarius, so it's pretty close to her moon. Excuse me. Yeah, so that's her musical ability, and they're both sextile her Sun and Mercury. So she was born with this gift, and she has partnered with a lot of different people through either personal relationships or through singing, work relationships as well, and combining the two as well. And so, Neptune can make things kind of foggy and nebulous sometimes. Yeah, so, yeah, so what else is in here? Pluto. Her Pluto is in the 5th house of Virgo, making her a perfectionist in her creativity, extremely hard worker. So Virgo in the 5th house, the 5th house is Leo's house, so that rules, creativity, self-expression, children. She had twins. Love affairs, she's probably had a lot of those. And Pluto would make them passionate. Intense, passionate, maybe a little obsessive. It would color them Scorpio. And although it's in Virgo, Pluto's in Virgo, when it comes to her work, she would be an absolute perfectionist. When it came to down to detail, just a analytical perfectionist. It would have to be perfect. And in relationships, it would color them Scorpio. But I wanted to talk about her Earth. Um, she has all this Earth to ground her. She has Pluto and Virgo, that grounds her somewhat. She has the Ascendant, Saturn, and Mars that took her to the top of her career. She was just born with that, so she was born like a master and ambitious and with the drive and just this incredible voice. Um, and the midheaven also is in Capricorn. Yeah, as in Aries, it would be in Capricorn. So Capricorn is climbing the ladder to success. It's Earth. It's ruled by Saturn, and she has first house Saturn. So she used her first house Mars ambition to succeed in her musical career, which is Taurus. Her voice and her writing skills would be, 12th house Venus and Aries and the Sun, very quick ideas. I mean, they would just come to her already. And the North Node, she was meant to be an artist. And she's all over the media, of course. That would be Aquarius, North Node in Pisces. Aquarius is up in her 10th house. So, all different groups all over the world. She is a humanitarian, though. Yeah, she's has her own charitable organization, to help help girls, inner city girls, get some fresh air through her Camp Mariah or something like that. So that is very Aquarian. That is very Aquarian, and that's in her 10th house on the midheaven. So that's her humanitarian endeavor, and I'm sure she has many more. Yeah, so she has some easy flowing aspects between Moon Neptune. It's trining. Sextiling. That's an easy flowing, harmonious aspect, 60 degrees apart. So she has Moon Neptiling, sextiling her Virgo, Pluto in Virgo. So that really gave her depth and created opportunity. It just opened up the doors for her and was easy opportunity for her to present her powerful self-expression through partnerships. She got a lot of partnerships, musical partnerships, because Neptune is pretty much conjunct the moon. So it's the music industry, and that would be joint assets as well, because it's in Scorpio. So she's had several marriages, and recording, recording contracts, and so the joint assets. Moon Neptune could be sort of foggy and illusory, and sometimes it can be deceptive, and she could maybe feel disillusioned, but she writes about it. She has this great tool, her Mercury, to write. She has her talent, so that's how she deals with her life, and it's such a gift, is to write and to sing and get it out, get it out. It's great. It's great to have that. So yeah, so Neptune would represent music, but it could also be, some maybe deception, or maybe someone disloyal, or commingling of money, maybe something going on with that. Betrayal sometimes. So besides representing her imaginative musical talent and writing, because it is trying to the 12th house, it could also be like hidden secrets, as well as deceit or something. So Yeah, she's got a lot of Earth, and so that gave her common sense. Just maybe maybe the Moon Neptune in the seventh house could be like her manager. Maybe she hired some people that she thought were extremely loyal to her, and they turned out to be not what they seemed. Um, and so, because she has such a strong 12th house, it's Pisces house, and Moon, excuse me, Moon Neptune conjunction in the seventh house, she may not be able to see relationships really clearly. And Aries is just so impulsive. So she would impulsively probably jump into something and then see the reality of it later, see it later. So yeah, so that's yeah, but her work life, because her fixed Taurus meeting with the Ascendant, Mars, Saturn, and the Ascendant, you know, leads with that. That's just natural born businesswoman. I mean, it really helps to have all that Earth, and the Pluto as well, Scorpio. Yeah, that's really strong. The only air she has is Uranus, and that kind of gets on her nerves, I think, in the sixth house of work. But it gives her enormous changeability, in her body of work. But it is in conjunct Mars and Saturn first. Anyway, I already talked about that. Um, yeah, so that's her her Earth, Pluto, also Pluto in Virgo. So yeah, only one in air. Sorry, only one in air. That was Uranus in Libra. And Earth was the MC, Capricorn. Um, Mars, Saturn, Ascendant, boom, that's her personality. And Pluto, very fixed Pluto. Yeah, fixed Pluto. Well, it's the ruler of a fixed sign, Scorpio. Scorpio is very fixed and stubborn, so she likes things for her way, her way or the highway. Um, yeah, and water. She has Moon and Jupiter. So yeah, I haven't really talked about her Jupiter. Jupiter just expands. I mean, it really expanded all her personal relationships, her musical ability, um, joint finances. Very good luck with money. Jupiter is in conjunct to the Sun, so yeah, it's in the sixth house, but it's in Scorpio. So yes, she may not always see things coming when she jumps into relationships. She's like all in, because Jupiter is good luck, good fortune, and it expands. So, um, but it really expanded her musical ability. Yeah, and so that's her water, Moon, Jupiter in Scorpio. Yeah, so very much. That really expands her sexuality as well, her passion, her joint finances, her making money, making ability, her partnerships, and she is a money magnet because with all that Taurus ascendant, but she needs to watch who manages her money. She needs to be aware of that because of her Neptune, Moon Neptune, and her very strong 12th house. So, um, yeah, she needs to be careful about that. Um, so Moon, Jupiter, and the North Node in Pisces is her water, but she's all fire and earth, fire and earth. Very little air. Predominantly fire, though. In her Neptune, her Neptune is in mutable Sagittarius, so that's more fire, but it's 0 degrees. It's 0 degrees. So she has done a lot of touring with her music. So anyway, that's it. Thank you for correcting me on her accurate birth time, and I hope you enjoyed this. If you do, please like, subscribe, and share. Thank you.